Republicans yesterday voted to repeal a rule that would prevent coal companies from polluting rivers thanks to freedom. Now, House Republicans had recently approved the measure with a vote 228 to 194. Now, 9 Republicans voted against the repeal, while 4 Democrats supported it. So now I can guarantee that one of the people who voted for this was Joe Manchin. Why doesn't Joe Manchin just switch to being a Republican already? He's already right-wing enough. Now, according to the Interior Department, back in December, to explain what this rule does, is that it would protect 6,000 miles of streams and 52,000 acres of forests, preventing coal mining debris from being dumped into nearby water. Now, the rule maintains a long-established 100-foot buffer zone that blocks coal mining near any streams. Now, of course, they don't like this at all. Republicans don't. So, of course, they wanted to get rid of this. Now, lawmakers also voted to get rid of a rule requiring companies to disclose payments made to foreign governments related to mining and drilling. So, with this one, let's get rid of transparency. Hey, you want to give money to a foreign power? Have at it, man. There are no cops left in the beat in Congress. We have turned it all over to the robbers, and they are going to rob us blind. Now, of course, let me give you the Republican bullshit excuses for repealing these bills. According to Representative Bill Johnson from Ohio, he said, quote, "Make no mistake about it, this Obama administration rule is not designed to protect streams. Instead, it was an effort to regulate the coal mining industry right out of business." That's great. He also says the stream protection rule is really just a thinly veiled attempt to wipe out coal mining jobs, according to Paul Ryan. Now, I have to note, and I've talked about this before, it is not regulations that have killed the coal industry. It's actually competition from cheap natural gas. I'm sorry, but it's the invisible hand of the free market that has slapped the coal industry in the face. It doesn't have anything to do with excessive regulation. It's just cheaper to do natural gas. And look, you also have wind power that's cheaper to produce than coal. And it also happens to be much cleaner. And of course, getting at it doesn't also give you black lung. So there's the benefits of wind compared to coal. But of course, Republicans in Congress, they don't really care. All they want to do is do anything that they can to save their companies a buck, their donors. As for jobs, Interior officials said the rule would cause only modest job losses in coal country and could even create jobs as companies hire construction crews to haul and store debris. Now, the transparency rule was put into place in order to promote transparency so citizens of some of the world's most impoverished countries can hold their own governments accountable for the wealth generated through mining and drilling. So it helps people in places, that are doing a lot of natural gas or whatever oil exploration. Hey, so they can actually share that with the citizens. But these oil companies like, no. Republicans, no. We don't want that transparency. We don't care. We don't want you to share it with the citizens. That's socialism. We don't like that. No, these impoverished countries, stay impoverished. We don't care. We're going to hide this. We're going to stop transparency. And besides, got to kill them regulations, man, because they are a burden on business. How dare you try to make us more transparent? Can't have it. Can't have it. And the other thing about this that's more disturbing is they didn't even put it to a normal vote. Republicans voted to repeal the Obama-era rules using something called the Congressional Review Act. Now, what this does is the law hastens the process for bringing legislation to the floor and removes the 60-vote threshold in the Senate, basically letting it pass by a simple majority. So, Democrats, you can't filibuster this. You can't stop this. No, we're going to use these special rules and usurp democracy. Ha ha. So again, what they're doing, and we've seen this before, is that they're using obscure rules to basically ram through legislation that would make it easier to pollute and hide corruption. This is brazen. This is them laughing in your face. And I haven't even mentioned, probably the worst part of this law is that it prevents the executive branch from, like, once they get rid of these regulations, right? The executive branch can't go through and impose similar regulations in the future. Then it actually has to go through Congress. So not only are we screwed, but we will be in the future as long as Republicans have a majority. Great. We can't put these regulations back. And using the review, and this is according to Jennifer Collins, who's a clean water advocate for the environmental group Earth Justice. She said using the Review Act to overturn a federal regulation is like burning your house down because you don't like the paint color. She also calls the Review Act an extreme and blunt instrument that essentially prevents federal rulemakers from addressing a topic once Congress has acted. You also have Senior Democrat Rahul Grohalva, who said repealing the stream protection rule would, quote, sicken and kill the very people Donald Trump falsely promised to help. And that would be coal miners in West Virginia and other coal states. Now, of course, that hasn't stopped Republicans before. I mean, they did after all vote to remove the same coal miners' health care. Don't worry, we're going to protect you. Oh, your health care? Don't need it. Gone. They don't care about you, man. They don't care about the miners. All they care about is the industry, because the industry is who gives them campaign bribes. We give you the money, and you do what we tell you to. And what we tell you is to not protect the workers and to not protect the environment, because that costs us money. That's what happens here. Now, you also had Representative John Yarmouth of Kentucky. Now, what he did during this vote is that he brought a bottle of water that came from a constituent's well near a surface coal mine. Now, I love this, and I wish I had the video for it. But he's like, any of you guys want a drink? I mean, this is perfectly safe water. I mean, if you remove this regulation, a lot of water is going to end up like this. But you say it's perfectly safe, right? Perfectly safe. So go ahead and take a drink. Go ahead. Oh, you don't want any. Oh, maybe because you know that it's toxic and that it will kill people. Well, guess what? That's in your constituents' water. And that's what it's going to end up being in more constituents' water when you remove regulations. See, this is why we have regulations, so they can't actually poison your water. And that's what they don't understand. That's what they don't understand. And it's because, again, they don't care about you. It is not about protecting coal miners. It's about protecting coal company profits. Get it through your head, guys. They don't care about you if you're out there in coal country. They don't give a shit. They lie to you. They want to take your health care, and they want to allow the coal companies to poison your water. We're trying to protect you. We're trying to not have your water get corrupted. I know. You're losing jobs. You want somebody to blame. Blame natural gas. It's not overregulation, and that is a lie that is being peddled by corporate media. We're 2 weeks into this new administration. Almost. And already, they have done away and are trying to do away with any progress. They are ramming things through left and right and destroying anything that was even positive for the environment. There's going to be so much damage left to clean up when these guys are taking a hatchet to everything that doesn't help their corporate donors. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.